from West Potomac High School in Alexandria, Virginia. It's TV News Today with Jackson Kosmacki.
With the coming election, education has become an increasingly divisive issue for many candidates. Some promote cutting funds, while others support increasing funds to schooling. We go to Jesse Benitez for the story.
Education is one of the most important privileges our society provides to Americans. As the 2016 presidential election draws closer, a very important question comes to mind. What are the candidates' plans on education reform and how will it affect our students? Donald Trump, one of the leading candidates for the Republican Party, opposes the Common Core, wants to cut the Department of Education down and fund Trump University, while Ben Carson believes public education has become propaganda and is advocating private schooling. Bush, on the other hand, believes the Common Core is the right direction for America and that school prayer should be allowed as long as it is voluntary and student-led. Hillary Clinton, a leading candidate for the Democratic Party, is proposing universal preschool and a $350 billion budget to make college more affordable. Bernie Sanders, closely following after Clinton, upholds to make four-year public college tuition free. The student body at West Potomac High School had some varying opinions on the subject.
Personally, I'm going for Bernie Sanders. I heard that he was going to do colleges free, and I think that's a good decision because a lot of students don't go to college because it's too expensive or they're scared of getting student loans because they're going to be in debt when they get older. So making college free would give people better opportunities to follow the careers that they want to and get a better education.
I would say Jeb Bush.
And why do you agree with his more?
Because he gives people the option to be successful in life, and if people want to learn, they can come to school and learn, and they can have the option, and if they want to be successful, they can.
Resources is a key thing for us teachers, regards to funding on certain projects for our students, and helping us become better teachers regarding the topics or the subject that we're teaching.
Well, to help me, I think you might want to be helping everyone else too, but the presidents could drop all students' loans because right now what's keeping kids from getting a better education is the high college tuition fee, and some families don't have enough to pay for it. So if they just drop all of the students' loans completely, then our country can go somewhere.
Students and faculty across the county have been worried about the budget shortfall in the school system. Amir Lareem has the story.
When news hit that the county was $100 million short of all they budgeted, many were confused as to how it came to be such a large number. According to Reston Now, the school system often faces a deficit but usually meets its budget without making major cuts. FCPS states on their website that factors such as a growing student population with diverse needs, increased state-required retirement contribution rates, and health insurance costs have contributed to the sudden money problems within schools.
There could be a variety of things. It doesn't necessarily have to be one particular thing. Maybe we can cut back on some of the things that we produce, or maybe we can cut back on some of the programs that are not well supported, or maybe we can cut back on certain jobs or certain things that are created for minimal purpose.
The public school system has reached out to the community for help in finding the perfect way of solving this issue. Proposed solutions include eliminating the IB program and academy classes that teach real-world skills, increasing the already growing classroom sizes, reducing the number of school counselors, eliminating athletic trainers, and reducing the pay for teachers.
Fairfax County Public Schools are one of the greatest in the country, and by cutting out some of our programs, we are doing a disservice to the students.
The proposed cuts look like a major step back for the school system through the eyes of many.
I think that's kind of like a tough question, like what should or shouldn't be cut, but I feel like I guess the county will make like the right decision because like there's a lot of factors that have to go into, so like perhaps something like maybe like a fewer classes instead of like 7, maybe 6, even though that might be like kind of tough for like the future classes because they might not have as many electives, but something like that might be some like a reasonable approach to fix the budget.
Based on data from other states, some believe that instead of making cuts, teaming up with the county government to generate more money for the school system is the better option. New York's property taxpayers pay $50 per $1,000 on the value of their homes, whereas Fairfax County property owners pay just $10.90 per $1,000. By raising the tax by just $1 per $1,000, many school programs facing cuts may be saved, and raising property taxes would cover the shortfall and continue the programs that make FCPS a top-tier school system.
Did you get enough sleep last night, West Potomac? Fairfax County would hope so. This year we start school at 8:10. Last year we started 50 minutes earlier. We go to our news team to figure out why and the opinions of students and staff on that matter.
The new school year. Students having to get up early in the morning is always a big change from the lazy days of summer, but this year things are a little different. This fall, Fairfax County Public Schools has implemented new start times, pushing back the school day by 40 minutes in an effort to give students some much needed sleep.
When I was in college, I actually took a class, it was a human biology class about sleep and sleep patterns and all of the biology. And so I saw this research 15 years ago. It has been medically proven time and time again that students, high school students, teenagers should not be in school at 7:20 in the morning.
I like the new time change because I get more time of sleep. Last year I took a class and I had an F because I didn't get enough sleep. And I tried my hardest to get it back up, but it was really difficult because I was always tired.
I feel like I do get a little more sleep. You don't have to wake up extra early to get ready.
The time change really affects my life negatively just because I wake up at 4 a.m. to go swimming in the morning. And so when I come home, I kind of have this awkward gap where I don't have enough time to take a nap and I don't have enough time to do homework. So I just get ready for the day.
Game times are actually at 7 now as opposed to 7:30, which to be honest, we like as well. We're able to just kind of get going, so there's less dead time in between things, but we just have to be very efficient with what we're doing. It's been good, and to be honest, I like sleeping in an extra half hour, so I don't mind it.
The problem so far has been competing with commuters.
The traffic is really bad at school now. The time change has ruined the entire traffic. I'm in quandary for 20 minutes each morning, and it's pretty ridiculous.
Another issue is the fact that bus drop-offs can only occur between 8 and 8:10, giving very little time for students to get to class without being marked tardy. There will definitely be some changes that the community will need to get used to, but having spent $5.4 million on this new schedule, FCPS isn't changing anything, at least for this year.
Earlier this month, we had 3 authors of young adult fiction come to the library to talk about their books, their process, and what it takes to be a writer.
My name is Jen. I wrote this book called In a World Just Right.
I'm Lori Goldstein. I wrote Becoming Jin.
I'm Trisha Lever. I wrote Secrets We Keep, which is YA contemporary. When I'm not writing contemporary, I write psychological horror for young adults, so I carry 2 hats there. I call this the book of my nightmares, and this is the book of my heart.
I tend to get all of my ideas from the real world. So I listen to NPR a lot, and I'll find something on a cool podcast, and I think that would make a great book.
Every single book I have ever written, the first quarter to a third is verbatim a nightmare that I have that I was awoken from and didn't get to finish.
In the books that I write, you tend to see little pieces of me, like from my life. So that's not exactly me being creative, that's, I guess, kind of me writing what I know.
Then when I get an idea like that, I start kind of spinning it and figuring out who that character is and what does she want and what's the world like, and it's a fantasy, so I have to build the world.
All you need is a spark. Literally, all you need is one spark. I can look around this room and I can find 5 sparks for you. One is your shirt. I find your lack of sarcasm disturbing. That's a fantastic character. I wouldn't think of that until I saw that shirt. Right now he's going to be in my next book.
These are just some artifacts from the publishing industry. This first little set are some pages that I've written with critique notes in the margins. This is the query letter that I wrote to my agent in order to get an agent to represent my book. Sample rejection letters from agents who decided not to represent my book. This coffee-stained one is my very first edit letter that I received from Christian Trimmer at Simon & Schuster. So after my book was revised many times and got bought and an editor took it, and it was perfect, then he wrote this 8-page letter saying all the 1,000 things that were wrong and I had to fix. After I fixed all those things and sent it back to them, this is the second letter that he wrote and told me to fix all these things now.
So this is my binder. This is my outline for becoming Jin and all the research I did. So this is all that happens before I actually start writing. This was about a month to 5 weeks of work before I let myself sit down and actually start writing.
I don't know what's going to happen on page 2 until page 1 is written. I don't know what the next word in my sentence is going to be until it happens.
Every time your character comes to a choice in the book, the choice has to be between 2 consequences that are equally good or 2 consequences that are equally bad. Once the character makes the choice, then what happens is not exactly what the character had hoped would happen, and that's what drives the plot, is that now they have to make another choice.
How long does it take you to complete a story, usually?
My first book took 6 years, my second book took 5 years, my third took 4 months.
6 weeks to write the book from start to finish. It takes me about 3 months to revise it to the point that I'll let anybody read it.
2 to 3 months to write, 3 months to revise.